Welcome YouTube. Welcome Facebook family members and friends. We want to welcome you YouTube members, Facebook and friends. And we want to welcome every other place of existence that is attentive and that is at privilege to get to see and hear of some of what I'm going to share. Now, as normal and as usual, we always have problem with our YouTubing connection. I'm sorry, Facebook connection for some apparent reason in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia is not strong enough to supply me with the adequate energy and power that I need. So sometimes I have not really pinpoint what the issue is, and it's not really important. We just know that we have to wait till the computer system, the AI, catches up with your intelligence. You see, you got to understand one thing about science. It's a big 98 possibility of fuck upism in it, and you can master and manipulate any one science and technology. I want y'all to be clear on this. Never be afraid of AI. It will never be more intelligent than you. You see? Anytime that it has to buff, catch up, fade out, shut down, not perform yet, do you act like that? Think about yourself. Do you ever cut down? Do you ever shut off? Do you ever start buffing? Can you imagine being in the middle of a conversation and you just start going, well, this is what your computer does. And there's energy that will you to conceive that this is some intelligence that's better than you. You don't believe that, do you? Of course you don't. So understand and overstand and understand that everything that's going on in existence is merely just supposed to be going on, and it's to no real deal or effect as to what and who you are and supposed to be doing in this date and timing that we are having our way in performing. Okay, all right. So it looks like Facebook has gotten itself together with its streaming, and it seems like it really wants to record what I have to say. So we're going to move on with the issue, people. Let me get y'all tuned in to the right frequencies real quick. Stand by. Everybody stand by. You official. It's official. I come back. It's in me I trust. In me I trust. Check, I put together title, In Me I Trust. All must feel the pain. And it may not be such a bad idea. People need to feel this pain. Are you shining that light? Or is it just a little dark sometimes? Are you keeping it dark for a purpose and a particular reason? Do you have a thorough explanation for your darkness? That's, in fact, if you emanate any darkness at all, you might be just the brightest star in the pile. You see, you might not want to shine no dark at all. Welcome, Facebook. I like how you got your frequency together. Facebook did cut off in about 3 minutes already. So I want to welcome every person, place, and thing in existence again. I want to especially welcome to my guests that we have on YouTube. And whether you on the radar or over the radar, I want to be sure that you are well welcome and that I'm going to supply you with some powerful information that's going to cause you to, if not be better than you were before you met me, at least come up with a thought and think that you're better than you were yesterday. Can we do this together? If you and I was to get together right now, what type of affair, what type of event would it be? What would be the outcome? Huh? What will be your purpose? What will be your intention? That's a question. If you and I got together right now, what will become of our activity? You see? You see how I got to do this? I'm not going to just be out here in the world running like this this Satan dude in the scriptures that in the books talk about this individuals running to and fro in the earth and devouring and deceiving and causing mischief and bloodshed. Maybe I had my time in existence of already doing things like that. And now I seek to do things on a balance level. Do things. It don't necessarily have to be that you supposed to be or I'm supposed to be a all righteous, holier than thou type of individual in the world. That's not what nobody expected of you. Did you know that? Here it is, you running around and you thinking that you supposed to be holier than thou and not make no mistakes. You ain't got no traffic ticket. You ain't never been to court. And you probably never even been pulled over by the police before. Some of you people can safely say this about yourself. And you probably give yourself a pat on the back. And so will your mayor, too. I ain't mad at you. But still, what has it amounted to? Do you feel though you need to take position with that Mr. Barack Obama, so-called Barack Obama is or has been? Do you feel though that you need to be that important? You need to be that recognized? Maybe you should be put on a ballot and people voting you in. My whole point is that I got to have the appropriate attitude to conceive and achieve to bring about whatever it is that the individual has for themselves, male or female, or what have you. What creature ever. This creature ain't even gotta be sexist. But one thing we all gonna agree on is that it has to have a purpose, a functioning, and a reason. It ain't gotta be logical. It ain't gotta be illogical. Let's be clear on that. For number one, your trash may be the next man's treasure. So all that ideology that you gossiping about, you the only one that had to go out there and pay all that currency for it. The next individual might got it by means and ways of charity. But guess what? We still must recognize and realize that there's a purpose, functioning, and reason for why I, her, him, you are in existence. And with each and every avatar that you have created and brought into existence, guess what, B? It's your responsibility to see that piece of meat suit that you created exceeds. Else, there's trouble. We got issues. You don't understand how deep this is. That's why I'm naming this. What's my attitude like? It's all about my attitude. That's the name. That's where we at with it today. We want to look at the word attitude. Never mind the rest of the sentence. You ain't got to worry about the word my. I don't need you to concentrate on the word about. It's rather attitude, altitude. How high are you? What strain are you intaking and outputting in? See, we want to deal in terms of something more special than your artificial intelligence. This is the only way you're going to exceed. You can't be running around here, walking around here like Mr. Dumber and Dumber, and who could be the fucking dumbest. No. You can pass me with that. You're going to show some intelligence whether you want to or not. Why? Because there ain't none of you can escape my electromagnetic field. Once I start dominating, manipulating, and controlling it. How about that part? See, they didn't tell you that on your CBS or ABC or NBC News. But yet they want to give you the all eye symbol, all the colors of the chakra in that of the peacock. Huh? And then there's the ABC. You A alike, B alike, therefore you should be seeing alike. People, I want to explain to you everything that you are partaking in is a perfect, beautiful plan that has been set and put out by none other than you. And guess what? Nikola Tesla, none of these people, Einstein, Shakespeare, ever came back and proved me wrong when I'm telling you that's to come for your now, date, and time. Them niggas can. They'll be, you can't even chalk them up as being bright no more if they came back and talk about, oh, Nate, you ain't going time with the you talking about. I got to go tell them, go sit down, my baby. Listen, this is 24 you be going into. When was you born? What was your attitude need to be like? Oh, okay. And where did your attitude get you, Malcolm? Huh? Okay. Oh, hey, we ain't got to get personal. I'm just saying. Think about what your attitude got you, where your attitude got an individual at. You see? You got to understand, in order to spell the word attitude, you first got to start with the English letter called A. And if you ever study the 5% lessons in the nature of Gospel Earth, they're going to show and prove how the letter A is that of yourself. This is facts all across your globe and on your flat plane of surface. You can't expect to be mightier than artificial intelligence. I want to give this energy a different name, and I will not right now because I got this to stay focused. However, I can't allow you to let this equipment, okay, for right now, let's identify it as your Facebook be smarter than you. You mean to tell me you need to put the GPS on how to get around the corner to my house, nigga? Y'all gonna stop playing. All you want to do is just dumb your mind down. That's all you asking for. You asking for a mental caressing. And here's the thing. I speak a lot about caressing one's mind. Y'all can just do unteased study of what I've said, whether it's been in person or social media or even put on tapes or video. One thing that I'm always going to bring to the table is that of the idea of expressing, representing, and being self. That's the name of my whole goddamn go-on program, if you ever looked it up. Look at my YouTube channel. In me, I trust. I got books written on it. I got poems written on it. Okay? So, I'm the master copier of my DEA. This information that is coming from me is not from the DNA type of existent entities. This is coming from that of a personal. The Christian people say like they got a relationship with God and it's personal. I like that. I like that. That means it's none of your business, sir, of what I think or what one, if you want to have a belief system, it's not none Miss Craftman's business. It's none of Dr. Wilford's business. Leave Professor Jones in the office. Stand him in the corner somewhere. Because right about now, we don't need that information. I want you to focus on what your attitude is like. I'm going to read something here. This will help you out to be dealing with that I that's found in the altitude of where you're going to be existing from this point on, based on the number 6. Never mind 3 and 9 right now. That might be a little bit too much for you. Yeah, I hear you people. You running around and you quick with the lip now. You want to discover of the energy and the frequency and the vibration of the universe because Tesla told you to understand that shit and that'll make your fucking life more comfortable and delicious. But you ain't even ready for that yet. You gonna mess your whole life up just think because you got a piece of the pie and still got a little bit of that high fructose corn syrup in it. Either you're going to have to take the high fructose corn syrup and accept it and make it manifest and make it where it's going to like work for your benefit. See, because if you don't know no better, then you got to be the one that's going to be succumbed over and taken in control. But if you like the movie Frankenstein where you start, listen, why you think Trump said don't get that shit to everybody, y'all? I'm going to explain to you. We all know what's going on. I'm talking about the elite, the science, the elite, the scholars, and us ones who control not just a household, a community, a nation, a world, or a block. I'm talking about niggas who like already got universities built in other galaxies, right? And we keep incarnating, and I'll probably make me another avatar within another 3 minutes probably while I'm sitting here explaining this to you. How, because I need this shit to be like the Matrix, you know what I mean? That nigga out there with many photos of how this shit is popping off, but you won't understand that shit. So I'm gonna keep it real common and on a basic Eurocentrical ideology. And this way you can start to understand and overstand after you get to the understand, and you know everything will start to develop into the BAM. As above, so below. As below, so above. They don't want that smoke. They are not ready for that smoke. It's too hot. He keep telling you, my globe is warming up, daddy. Turn it the fuck down. And so what kind of show they want to show you now? King Kong versus Godzilla with a little bit of the little boy coming home. Go ahead back home to New York. You ain't gonna fuck with that kid this time, this Christmas. Watch. That nigga ain't home alone. Trust me. Not this time. Yo, and I know this is going over a lot of people here. I'm intending it to be. I'm talking as if it's going to be. And I'm going to make sure you don't see. Some of this shit that I'm explaining is not for you to figure out until like the year 4, 5, 6, 7 G. Okay? It's not ready for you right now to understand. You're going to go to work and start fucking up. And then guess what? I ain't going to have no money, honey, to feed my kids. Put no money. What do you say? What these niggas be saying? Oh, why you work? Somebody tell me real quick. Hurry up. Why y'all work? What you say? Oh, so you can feed your family. As if this nigga don't go to work, you think my son won't get the fuck up and get out here and eat? You really believe your daughter, she sit home and waiting for daddy to come home to keep the lights on? They ain't been looking at her Cash App. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't trying to expose nothing. I don't want to get kids in trouble today. He should be like, Nate talk too much. Nate, shut up, Nate. Nate talk too much. Nate feels tired. See, that's why I ain't like to fuck with Nate when we was young. Nate, I fucks with Nate. Nate truthful, and you only use him when you want the truth. But you know how the world is. Satan run the world more so than God. We all gotta admit that. I don't care if you fucking president of what nation. You know our shit is allegedly, according to morals, ethics, and ethics, demoralized to the fullest 13th power of fuckery. Amen? Black and white. Both pillars, both poles, nigga. It don't matter. And all you niggas out here who's talk about the warlock and the witches is done, all I want to say is go write a book about it. It might get sold in in Barnes and Nobles. Just don't tell your kids that it's the reason why you need to put your food on the table. Anytime there comes a time again and again of this, any thought of making mention of getting rid of witches, warlocks, you got a problem right there. You never heard nobody talk about did the sun come out today? Have anybody seen the sun? No. You ever heard the question asked, is there water that's going to be provided for us today? These are things that's just what you call natural, on happening occurrences, affairs where you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's going to be there. You don't need to worry about whether you got enough in your bank account to get you a bottle of air tomorrow. At least for right now. Let me throw up some energy around real quick. Stand by, people. We're being bombarded with ultraviolet rays and violent frequencies. You feel me? Everybody all right? Y'all all right? We got spiritual warriors on deck, y'all. We got spiritual warriors. This is what warlocks and witches is. The originators of the true black and the white magic. Look at them. You ever see these images before you? Huh? What about this name right here? Does this ring a? Huh? That ought to shock you. Do you know who this man with no hair is on the top of what you call a head? Do you know the energy that man possessed? I'm asking you a question, people. How many people still think it's a mystery God that's controlling the world? And what world? Let me be more specific, because I know you and we got some smart asses, like my mom used to say. We got some smart asses, so they'll be like, "Well, Nate, what world? There's a whole lot of worlds, right?" So, how many people? And let's just keep it in America, okay? And I ain't talking about all you niggas who just getting over the border, running over here now. Hold up. Stop. Everybody stop them niggas. Nobody coming to America right now, because I want to ask everybody who is beyond the border, who's already in. This is just for the question. This question is just for the people who, as a matter of fact, you ain't got to have your birth certificate and all these numbers and things of that nature. You just got to be on the border. This going to qualify you as an American. If you standing right now, to all my law enforcers right now, I want y'all to put a hold on every nigga trying to get over. we talk about it, because you know they coming in like, it's like, at least let me be frank with you, as Frank would be. 13 vortexes where we got creatures that bombarding what they call this America, and I'm saying with the 3K. Like, it's multiple worlds in existence. And just like the character in the Ringling Brother with the 3 rings, and how they take the ring and they throw it up in the air, and the ring seems to lock, and he switches, and it keeps interlocking in between each other. This is what you must be doing with your avatars in your state of existence. Every time that time zone come around and it starts to link that lock, that part that's going to fit in that chain, that's when you supposed to be making manifest for yourself. Grabbing and taking and extracting the vital minerals. Remember that? Remember your mom used to tell you always take your vitamins? She never told you that we talk about the natural elements of the said uh, uh pie, or a situation in which you are partaking in. Something like a pizza. Not don't get well, I don't want to use that word. I gotta start. I gotta stay far away from words like pizza and hot dog. I'm sorry, but you gotta understand the pizza concept though. It's a pie. It's round and it gets cut up. So I ain't talking about some of you people who know about pizza parties and not this, not that. This is more on an esoteric type of concept of what they use the pizza for. Because remember, there's a commercial with the Chinese people doing a pizza. You also got Caesar's pizza. Okay, that pizza is cut in a what? A pyramid shape. Okay, and each slice is an indication of you. Now, a large pie originally was what? 12 slices. If anybody was ever a pie maker, we knew that when you cut a large, a medium, and a small pie, your slices is to come out to that of what? 12, 8, or 6, or 4, something to the extent. I forget. But it wasn't random. You're not going to get 5, you're not going to get 7, and you're not going to get 9 slices unless you fuck the pie up. And I pretty much had to make another one. And that came out my check because you gave me my boss the ugly face like, man, who the fuck cut this pie? Who cut this pizza? My, cause you know the kids gonna get in there and ain't nobody gonna grab that skinny slice. Check. So a pizza gotta be cut to proper precision using vital numerology. You must understand this. How your whole state of existence
is that of science and mathematics. You cannot escape this. And let me be more clear, okay? Because science, that what you know that's called science, is nothing but the studying of that of all what you are. Called the essence. Yes. Ask Henrietta Lacks. Huh? Ask me. God damn it. I've been to and fro through this situation for over 76 trillion years. I've been coming through this situation, yo, for over 76 trillion years. And I've been saying that since 1990, was it 91, 92, 93. So I'm really giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know I've been doing this shit for a long time, much longer than 78 trillion years. Your moon is only 66. And some of you sitting back talking about this nigga high as shit. The earth ain't even been in here 78 years. That's because you went to school. That's the only reason why you don't know the earth is older. The earth don't even. Can you give me a name other than what earth was called before you learned it in school? Come on now. Let's deal in the yin and the yang. I need you to tonight, today, to speak both black and white to me. You see my keyboard sitting right here. We like fucking Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson right now. Let's get it popping. We gonna live in motherfucking harmony. Come on, you know the song. Together we It's not funny. It's really not. Because somebody will take this video and think this is some good shit that he's talking. And that's not why I'm here doing what I'm doing. CIA ain't paying me. The FBI ain't paying me. No branch of the government. No boule. No secret society. No cloth nigga. No. No Jesuit. I don't even know a Jew. I swear on my soul. And if I do, please beg my pardon. I didn't know you was Jewish. He'd be like, man, I know that nigga. And he didn't know I was Jewish. I didn't. I just thought you were all just creatures. I really don't get into name tagging. Shit. Most of you is false identified anyway. That's not what you are just because you walk around with that tag on you. Talking about I'm black. Nigga, you ain't black. Stop that. You could pass me with that. I'm white. Oh, and I'm Puerto Rican. I got a little Indian in me. I like that one. Oh, now you got Chinese in you too? You gotta get I guess you got a little Korean in you. Kamsahamnida. Omar. Annyeonghaseyo. Huh? Adashi. Now you want some kimchi. You ain't never eat kimchi before. How the fuck you gonna be talking about you Russian? These are locations, people. You're not Japanese. That's a place. If you want to be anything, I'll give you this. I'll give you this much. And we're gonna start reading because I want to get into the proper attitude of how to be more intelligent than the AI system. That's the reason why we're here today. And we've been already an hour in, And I ain't even get started yet. Somebody ring the goddamn bell. Did the teacher know class started? This is crazy, y'all. This nigga's been sitting here for over a whole hour and we didn't start yet? That's crazy. I need to light up. Who got some flour? Anybody got some cannabis? I need at least 0.6% terpene in that shit too. 29% THC. Well, I ain't playing. I'm going to heat the fucking plane up. I'm going to melt all the ice over there that's in the Antarctic. Can you imagine all the ice melting, y'all? You know everybody can't drown. I mean, y'all can't swim. I can swim. And you got to imagine, if we were in the ball, like your teacher taught you was, that means once all the ice melt, the whole ball is going to be filled up with water. We're going to have to change our teaching. Whereas right now you got a certain amount of land mass and a certain amount of water, right? I think it's like the Nation of Islam know it best. Look it up. Google it on the Nation of Islam. They'll tell you what is the square mileage of land, what's the square mileage of water, and they give you roundabout figures. Same thing with that up yourself because you know you one in the same with the earth. So they'll tell you 75 to 85% water, and the rest of you is physical. Well, listen, that's just talk. It's just talk for you to verify and agree about what you niggas feel comfortable about what you decide to be right. Because the next intelligent nigga could come along and say, no, I'm all water, but just in different density. I'm excusing you and begging pardon. That's all. What are you talking about? And now what do you have? Two niggas debating. Now you want to get everybody, send out a message, y'all. We're going to start debating. We want to debate whether a nigga's all water or 75% water now. You see how dumb it can get? That's what, and this is what they pushing on. They feeding on this shit. They didn't took, listen. Oh, I see so much going on. So let me make sure I'm explaining this right. Because this needs to be conceived properly, yo. Only by the right eye socket. I don't know what. Well, I don't know what your current is right now. It could be a 220 or you might be working off a 110. But I'm going to explain something right quick. I will give some energy out to Q. Q said, take your time, God. Take my time. I appreciate that. Take my time. Did you hear what Q have given me? Yo, this is on YouTube. I'm Facebook. You can't see this. We also want to give some energy out to Dirch Wale too. We got Dirch Wale. That's right, over the radar and under the radar. I like it like that. All you beings out there that's over the radar, sitting back, I understand. Do it your way. You ain't, listen, I understand so much. Just please believe I do. I don't have enough time to sit here and explain and prove to you that I understand your circumstances, situations, and existence. It's like you're going to have to take my word on this. For instance, some of you holding positions in a city where they might not can afford to let these entities know that you even befriend an entity or some type of energy like me. You see? Some niggas will lose their position. And it's real simple. You might be a person who is make sure all the votes get transferred over to Biden. And you know how they're gonna do it. They're gonna do a thorough background search on you. And if your fucking name, if my name come up in your telephone book, let alone your Facebook or your other avenues, we talking about your phone book. Q said, take my time. I'm running and controlling this. All things that I conceive upon that was of me is considered time. This is what time is. Do you understand this? Time is a constructed idea that is to be developed by you, or you will be running on Gregorian time zone, or maybe Eastern, Western. Who knows? Only you will know. I guarantee you the time in London is not the same time on the clock in my wall in Transylvania. So already by default, I'm showing and proving that time isn't real. Because if I added Chicago, New York, Boston, and LA just for a few more elements of confusion, neither one of you niggas out here in existence can tell me which one is the right time. I guarantee you that. All of us will be wrong. Except me. That's the way you're supposed to be thinking. That's the only way your life going to exist. If you let me think for your life, then you guess what? I got a little element and dominant of controlling in your life. And now not only do I got to control all the avatars that I created, I got to go to work and control you too. By just curling my hair up, making it look real pretty and putting on that perfume I know she like. Yup. And it's going to get some energy out of them. You see? But you might not be that powerful, whereas though you can't deal with a whole bunch of energy. So you might have to move up out of fucking Pennsylvania and go stay somewhere in the suburbs where it's a little less currency going on. You see how this works? You see why they want to put your mindset on that of all the things of the world, the physical, the material matter of states and huh? Do you see? I'm not going to sit here and explain. That's the question. If not, if you don't see, then give yourself some time. I'm here to help you out. Bam! As above, so below. You can't escape yourself, no matter where you go. Attitude is a characteristic of the person which is fundamental to adjustment. Did you hear what I just read? If it wasn't clear, let me read it again. This is profound, people. Listen to this here. Coming out of the mind of Dr. Naeem Akbar. We talk about attitude right here. Get your paper and pens and pencils and your phone. You're going to want to jot down some information right here. You're going to want to jot down some words, especially the words that you don't know the meaning of. Write them down. Remember, it's not the two eyeballs that you actually see with. Rather, it's the cumulative of words. Language. That's why the nigga know more language. Oh, man. I wish I could show y'all, like, with a paintbrush. And some canvas. And I just put the... You know how the painting... You start painting. And once you start seeing... And already before the painter even gets done, you say, aha. You get that aha moment. That's what you want in existence. You're listening to information and your mind starts to seeing this shit. And you like, oh, now I see what he talking about. That's understanding, people. Are we clear on that? That's a nigga having a clear mental projection of the said knowledge that was expressed. Don't let the motherfucker give you some shit and give up and talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? You say, yeah, I understand. And you don't really see. You may just know the formula, 1 + 1 = 3, but that's something that you have not seen. Oh, they say, well, Nate, that's the difference between the nigga having his knowledge with him and his understanding. That's talk. That's the dumbed down talk to keep you in slow progress. Why you think you watch the cartoon of Bugs Bunny, the fastest motherfucking creature, which is a rabbit, and then they turned around and gave you the turtle, the cartoon who had a busy, hectic life all around him. But this nigga, the turtle, I forget the name of it. He's moving slow, and it seems as nothing is getting done for this creature. It was so slow, a lot of you didn't really like that cartoon. You rather watch Elmo the Fudd shoot Daffy Duck's beak backwards or get his beak slapped, or Bugs Bunny, or even Scooby-Doo. That was a little bit more exciting to you than, what was this cartoon called with the turtle that moves slow? I forget this thing. I made myself watch it because I always understand symbology, and I understand I'm a psychiatrist, so I'd always was saying, well, what the fuck is this thing here expressing it to me now? You know, I'm the type of individual I see how when the cartoon is first developed, it's starting out with, and I'm not going to get too graphic or deep into my science of what I've discovered. However, I'm gonna let you go ahead and keep discovering on your own, and you come and tell me, your kids. Don't come back and tell me. Ain't none of you niggas could come and tell me. Did you hear what I said? Ain't nothing. Yes. Fuck a narcissist. Narcissist ain't got nothing on me. I'm beyond anything on the planet right now. That's how I'm snapping right now. I'm too smart. I'm too beautiful for this hat. All this shit. The books, everything. I'm just delicious. TVs, cell phones, yachts, planets, galaxies, motorcycles, bicycles. I'm just too fly for this shit. What do you want? What do you need? You want me to want to be doing open heart surgery for you? And where? Temple or Einstein Hospital? I don't give a fuck about that money. I don't want to. What you think I'm gonna? This nigga come in, just got he coming in with a half a head, and you talking about put it back together, save his life. When you can make $190,000 a year just doing this type of. That's not enough. You didn't. Oh my God! Hold up. They didn't check my crystal. Look, it's popping too. I couldn't stop it. It's hot. I done energized this thing that much since we've been here. I can go right now, sit up under a pork chop for 48 hours and come back and still be strong after touching this. Guess what? That pork chop gonna go amongst his other little piggies, and say, I had a wonderful time with him. And you know, pork chops don't like non-pork eaters. If you understand the science that I'm getting at here, let's be realistic. It's like mixing oil and water. Very seldom you gonna see a Christian brother and a Muslim brother at the same festival. And like I said, not that it can't happen, but it's very seldom, because if it does happen, it's in a broader arena, whereas though you in some place that of like Burger King. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Everything is becoming my way. This is how. See, they don't see color and all that in division in the high ranks up there. You do Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all them people that deal in that arena and extended ley line and family and energy grid of all the beautiful gold and currency that they've developed. Yeah, I see, because I don't want to exclude none of you, but I don't know you all by name, and there's too many of you anyway to name. Shit, I would don't forget, motherfucker, Oliver North. You know what I mean? Y'all can talk about all them white folks, though. What about the black people? The Boule niggas. Y'all don't give shots out credit to them. They want some flowers too now. The Boule niggas is the one who's keeping, you know, how can I say it? They doing the real good job. They're doing the real good job. That's what all I'm going to say. Those are the ones that's doing the real good job. That's all I'm going to say. It's really doing the real good job. And if you need a little bit more evidence of what may be taking place here, just look on the back of the $2 bill. All right? Now, I ain't going to say no more. That's it. That's going to get you started. That'll get you started. Right. Because you're going to see that nigga back there. And if you see that nigga back there, check his linen now. That shit, he might got the sharpest shit on in the whole goddamn picture. And I'm almost at liberal to tell you that was your ass running up down there on Germantown Avenue too here in Philadelphia. But for the sake of getting my video stricken for misinformation, I'm not going to accurately see that right now. That's just something I see when I'm looking in my crystal ball. And of course, when you looking in your crystal ball, that shit don't count. Right? No more do Jesus Christ, when you go to court, saved your life, or your daughter telling you that the big black man is hiding under the bed or in the closet. All of us, we tell this beautiful fictitious story, and although within that individual mind, it might be real. But when you in this world right here, you can pass us all with that. I didn't see niggas go to court, put kufi on and grow a yik yak and everything and change their whole goddamn life. And the judge still, well, I'm going to forgive this new person that you've developed into. In fact, you're looking mighty fine and your aura is glowing. But that old person, I'm going to have to sentence for the time for what the fuck you've brought forth with your own hand. You hear me? meaning you cannot escape not one iota action that or thought that you are emanating into the sea and the field, which is holding memory. Look it up. Water holds memory. Why do you think I'm so powerful? Bruce Lee even gave you a little hint to be like water. And if you want a little bit more than being like water, if you want to know the concept of manifesting water, then make sure you stay tuned where and in the right vortexes and air pockets right now that's going on. And when I make mention of these air pockets, we're talking nice juices that's being and I'm breaking it down. I'm talking hood level. I'm not y'all scientists. If you want the high technical, go listen at KD, Arch Degree, Blue Pill, Red Pill, and all them. Or go to Temple, go to Yale, go to Princeton, go to Harvard, go to University of Penn, go to Penn State. You want to talk big? You want to see? I define Naeem Akbar material. I don't regurgitate it. I break it down so that even the dumbest nigga on the planet understand this shit. You hear me? This is what Elijah Muhammad taught me to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. He only had a third grade education, but guess what? He's the highest, most powerful, one of the respected creatures that ever walked this planet, and only went 3 to your grades. Only went 3 to your grades. A lot of y'all not gonna get this science until like the year 5G. Because the science that he brought is no different than Einstein with his 3 equaling m and turn the m sideways is a 3. 3 squared. Just like McDonald's. And your 1 million burgers being sold. If turned sideways, you got the number 13 all day long. But because because our eye is so juiced up and calcified, right, with the wrong juices, we can't see this clear. It's a mirage. And it's okay. Some of us are here to crack and decode the matrix. With no worries, squamps, problems, or anything to that degree. It just got to go on. Else you won't have an earth. It's almost like this. You ever wonder why God never destroyed Satan? It's like the yin and yang. Gotta be a balance. If there was no bad guys, all you police officers won't have a job. So every time you arrest somebody for doing a crime, make sure you pull out a fucking lollipop. Because if that nigga stopped doing crime, guess what? That story about you gotta work to put food on your table, your daughter ain't trying to, that shit gonna be, you again, she gonna have to get a larger cash app crew out. I ain't lying. Because all these excuses that y'all talking about in this dumbass world is not working coming in 24, which is 6. It is not 2024. You've been deceived. And I'm not going to go there in that because that's a whole new goddamn book for me to write. You probably should have already read The Theology of Time by Elijah Muhammad or something by Malachi Z. York if you want to at least touch bases of where I'm going to go. I'm their student. I'm the master in evolvement of them, making making manifest here on earth, which will be what? The third generation. You had to, let's go by the science of the Nation of Islam now, okay? Which the government, they're going to follow up and proceed in the same like manner. So check. You had the first resurrection, second resurrection, and then you got the Holy Ghost. I don't want you to get the religion. Don't forget. No, nigga, add all that up. Don't run. When you had to graduate school, you wish you could have got away with just passing math and science, but you had to get an A in all of them. Yup, even gym. So the same thing in below, I'm going to have to put you on that same scale above, B. Okay? You're going to have at least a C average. Why did they make it a C? Because why? And a C minus, you fail. But a C plus might have saved your ass from a good whipping. Tell the truth. You brought the report card home, and you lowest grade is a C. Check? Because subconsciously, everybody in the equation, which would be the pi indicated, was clear and know that. At least the individual knows what's going on. Right? Because he has a C. He sees. Or she sees. So our inner responses to people, situations, and circumstances determine the kinds of choices that we make regarding these things. A negative attitude results in avoidance and or rejection, and a positive attitude results in attraction and or acceptance. Are we clear? Let me go back. I'll read it again. Our inner responses to people's situations and circumstances determines the kinds of choices that you are going to be making in your life. A negative attitude results in avoidance and or rejection. A positive attitude results in attraction and or acceptance. It has been said that attitude affects our altitude. Now, this is where we're going to start taking this to another level, which is what? The third degree. Follow me, walk with me. You're the third dimension. You're the master manipulator of that number 3, the third power. All that science, anything you know, even the news. If they tell you, if Channel 3 show you something that happened at 3:30 in the morning and 13 niggas got shot and 12 made it and 1 survived at 33rd Street, you know that this is all coding. You got to be on alertness. You got to be awareness. Your eye has to be open. And like, where people are doing things that's not helping the situation. Okay? And I'm talking like this because I'm being clear with the choices of the words that I'm expressing here. I want you to understand every letter, every sigil and signal that's emanating from the words that I'm expressing to you. For it is purposely finely crafted for me to be given this element and essence. This is vitamin right here. Attitudes are affected by many things: information, experiences, other people, our own needs, fears, goals, and many other forces. Huh? What else can you equate yourself as being a relation to a altitude? Because it may mention here of altitude. I'm not making this up. In fact, it's stated that attitude affects our altitude. It is quoted to have been said this. I'm reading that. It's what's been written. Why? Again, why is that there? Huh? Tude is that of being tuned. Then there's the I and the out, which is the science of alchemy, which is nothing more than speaking about all of what that you are. So this is what altitude is. That of how you are having your way at the Burger King. Are you on a low vibration or are you on a high vibration? Can you be felt when you walk in a room? Do you turn heads depending on what size the audience is? Can you turn the head of 3 people or can you turn the heads of 1,293 people? Have you ever had the chance and ability to do these things? Some of you never even been in a large room as much as 1,500 people. And if you aren't pulsating right in this day and time, it might not be a good idea for you to even to make the attempt to be in search of. You might get sucked up in that goddamn what did they say this open? They're the thing that Beyonce and them putting up on their stage. Travis Scott did it first. The CERN. You see? Because I make mention of pockets and vortexes and wormholes that's opened up. So, again, give me a minute. I have to put this where as though a lot of things won't happen. And a lot of things will happen. So, never mind whether I'm mixed matching, you confused, or I'm confused. Just note that I'm making sure that I'm farting on time with this. Okay? In every essence of it. It's going to be mineral for you. Just get your Flintstone one out and throw Bam Bam away. You know how you dumped the jar out and you had your pick. You, who was it? Velma, Betty, Bird, Ernie, Bam Bam, and Dino. I gotta do this. This you got people. These niggas sit back and crack codes of niggas' military strategies. You think they not going to sit back and try to crack our codes? When I run different galaxies and I'm the guardian of sole controller of all that I have, I ain't going to name them. That might be too much information for you. You talking about, I see them now. Oh, how many galaxies you the control of now, Nate? That's none of your business. Didn't the Christians tell you that it's personal? That's the aspect where you need to get at then. Stop telling people how you function. Stop telling people whether you believe in a God at all. If you can lie to the niggas, you can make it. You can tell the whole world that you is God, but you go home and go in your room and you pull out a fucking statue. Some of you go in and pull out crystals and start kissing on it. Or talk about, oh, I got to clean my crystals. Taking their crystals off their neck. Oh, it's been around too much negative energy today. Let me clean my crystal. That's all well and good. That's good practicing. It looks good. It's clean. But how are you performing? Are you manifesting the magic? The black magic? The white magic? The spirit of the Holy Ghost? Are you doing greater works than Jesus did? This is what I'm talking about, people. I could count on one finger how many people in America that's performing greater works than Jesus. And no, they do not come on BET. You could pass me with that one. And I live around the corner from one of the richest ones. And that's just because it is what it is. And that's how I'm able to tell you that once you get up here in the high society of thing, that same game that they running down on you, that shit that we don't go by those rules. You ain't Republican. You ain't Democratic, dummy. Stop that. Stop making these people make fools out of you. You taking off on work. Look how dumb this is. Now I know you taking a chance to get away because you might want to take a break. You've been working hard, but I give you a pass with that. But if you're telling your supervisor like, "Yo, I gotta go vote. Can I get a couple hours off?" and they say, "Well, Nate, you know I'm gonna have to dock you for that. I can't pay you to go." Well, that's all cool. I need to go ahead and get my get the guy in, the person in who feels though I can make change in my world, right? Because it better be ultimately the reason why I'm voting, and so that I'm gonna put my life in your hands. That you're going to make sure that I get non-GMO Wonder Bread on the corner, as opposed to the other kind of unhealthy food, right? Because remember, when you go in the supermarket, you got the health food section, and then you just have another section. You ain't too clear have yet what section that is. So you don't know if they putting this material in your local corner store, feeding it off and dumping it into you. You never go in and ask Poppy, allegedly Poppy. Poppy, is this GMO or non-GMO? They don't know. You're going to waste your time having a discussion about what GMO is. All they know is to go get that shit at a high price so they could come back and sell it to you higher. This is the whole reason why they brought up 80% of the farming and allow you to get no seeds. So that you don't do nothing planning of your own. You got to come by way of their science. You done screen 13 decades of a nigga being all that what they eat. Then guess what? You best better believe, because you said it, 13 motherfucking decades, that you are what you eat. Your adversary was right in the background, listening to every word. And they would have been preparing your next 360 decades. Since you said it. This is why I tell you, stop talking your game. Stop running your mouth. Only people supposed to be running their mouth is people like me. The type of person who don't believe shit stink, don't believe nothing, makes its own rules, knows that everybody talks shit, and ain't nothing real, and you ain't to hear and believe none of what you're seeing. That's the only person supposed to be running their mouth right now. Because they get a pass. They know every fucking thing. They ask them. You think you done told the nigga so long that he knows everything. He now believes that she knows everything. You never met a person like that? This motherfucker never said she know everything, but you'll swear everybody run around talking about, oh, he think he know everything. I used to say, well, when the fuck did I ever tell y'all that I know everything? Now that I'm over 1,000 years old, and you told me that I think I know everything, from my family to people I meet on the street. Oh, this nigga think he know everything. Listen, I will still tell y'all again to this day, for the sake of my soul, no, I don't, I won't, and I will not know everything. But if it makes you comfortable, listen, baby. If this shit makes your phallus rise and your bucket wet and you need mop all day, by all means, I'm your puppet and I know every motherfucking thing. If I don't, I'm going to go get it for you. Because why? I need you to be juiced up, just like the other entities. Nice, moist, and wet. Some of you think that's funny. That's because your mind is on a different types of vibrationing right now. And it's okay. If you can do that, this shows that you got skills and still maintain a certain amount of emotion. You might be ready to come on to my class. Where we don't use mops and buckets. We don't even have a dryer. Real talk. You see Avatar, nigga. Stop acting like y'all dumb. What I'm drinking? Raspberry, pure leaf. That's what they say it is. That's what they say it is. The ingredients. Brew black tea, sugar. Now, if you're a Dr. Sabian, you might not want no pure leaf. Because you know he wants you to go ahead and get that agave. What is it? In fact, you got to go raw, nigga. You see what it say. You need raw material. But if you can't abstain from eating raw, what is it? Cooked food or raw food? I want to say it's cooked food, right? If you can't abstain, then get the agave, get some honey. But you don't want the white sugar, and you don't want the brown sugar. That's according to the Dr. Sebi Health Proof Guideline. I want to be clear on this. That's not Nate's the Great's nutrition and health guide. Are we clear? My shit, I do what the fuck I want. If I feel like brown sugar, I'll buy brown sugar. It all depends if I'm racist at the moment. I might have a bad encounter with a white person in the line. They probably jumped me coming in the parking lot. So it go, you want to buy some sugar, and you look at the white sugar and the brown sugar. I'm probably gonna go get some honey, cause I'm mad at both of them niggas. Same thing with a keyboard. You may be getting ready to go, you might be a pianist, and most of your tunes is of the black string. Jack, come on, y'all. Y'all know the science of this. Don't act like y'all don't know how this go. If a referee was standing in front of you, what color do he got on? Black and white. Huh? If I was to take you to the Masonic checkerboard floor and showed you the colors, what are you looking at? So don't act like I'm not bringing you the over science and mathematics of what they taught you yesterday. I'm going to make you better than the $6 million man. You are now the non-ether being. I'm going to be the first, but actually, let me be sure I'm putting this right. Yes, I am going to be the first to make mention, not of the non-ether being in existence, but sharing in with the other entities. And of course, you all are witches and doctors, right? Don't forget you got your own. You should by now have your own bowl. I hope you got your own spell, niggas, and you cooking out here. I hope you spirit cooking. Huh? But when I'm adding into it, I'm going to be the first to explain and expound how I'm the new, and there to be a small created 9 ether creatures. So what I'm saying, instead of the $6 million man, what do you got? Think in terms of Nikola Tesla. Energy, frequency, and vibration. 3, 6, and 9. What's my football shirt that I wear, y'all, when the Eagles play? What number do I put on? Who won the Super Bowl? The Fool. Ooh. Everybody plays the fool. I'm gonna break all this down. It's all mathematical. See, the elite know what I'm doing. That's why they love my avenue. And I bring joy to give y'all, tickle your fancy. I'm their Hollywood. I'm like the nigga on the plantation that was tap dancing. You know how the king sent for the royal fool? Well, at some point, we got to play the motherfucking royal fool, yo. Everybody plays the fool. Sometimes. No exception to the rule. If you bring that ass to earth, then you got to get it first. So make sure that you are cool. Once you bring that ass to earth, you can't take it back. You can't go back. You got to carry out and finish the mission. And guess what? If you fuck the mission up, it ain't like the military. They'll kick you out. You'll get a dishonorable discharge. Get the fuck out of here. You know that nigga. He ringing the bell 3 times. He talking about, Sarge, I'm gonna quit, bitch ass. No, you can't do this in the macro. You can't tap out. You gotta stay in. You see? So once you do something, you got to bring it into its fruition. In other words, the total manifestation in which you had all your intentions in and of. For what? For yourself. Not what mommy, not what daddy, not what the teacher, not what the pastor, not with the liaison, not with the counselor, not with the sponsors, not with the brother, not with the sister, not with the husband, not with the wifey, not with the sidekick, not with the homie, not with the this, not with the dog, but what you put into fruition for yourself. And guess what? If you had a lot of, depending on how many degrees you got, you might got a long way to go, y'all, before you even start scratching the surface of how you gonna rectify that avatar that you brought into fruition. Because for like 19 lifetimes, you didn't let the government tell you that Uncle Sam needed you and that you supposed to be paying bills for every 30 days. You still ain't gotten over that yet. If I took your tomorrow away from you, and that means from saving you from got to get up and go to work from 9 to 5 and paying your bills and your car note, that nice little car that you just got, and that nice beautiful house that you just got, I know you work hard to keep that shit. But if I took it away from you tomorrow, the main reason in which you bring that into fruition, you'll be stuck, dumbfounded, and ready to probably fight me until I let you go and go pick your truck up so you can deliver your mail. Why? I don't think your mind will be able to perceive anything to do other than work for Uncle Sam. Right? Ain't that what you working for? Come on, y'all. Am I dumb? What happened here? Don't you get a pension and retirement soon? What are you? Nobody's telling me that they is working so they could build a fucking island of their own. I never heard nobody tell me no shit like that. Holmes, AB, let me get back with you for a minute, dog. You know what? I got these companies coming in from on the other side of the South Pole and the North Pole of the ice glacier. Yeah. Them niggas Amelberg was talking to. Yeah, I made contact with them, and I got a little squad too in the Grand Canyon. They provided me with all the material that I'm gonna need so I could build my own country in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Let me call you back. How many conversations you hear that in a day? Can I ask by way of sigils? How many TV shows have you ever watched when a motherfucker said some shit like that? By way of not hands, signal or sigil. I can't see that shit right now, but I can definitely feel you. I can feel you. I'm tapped all the way in and out right now. I'm so close to you right now. You know how it says in the Quran that Allah is closer than a nigga juggler's vein? That's what it say. It says that your God is closer than your own jugular vein. Where's your jugular vein at, people? I'm closer to you than that. I'm so close to you, my physical is cold right now. If somebody was to come up and touch me, they'd probably think I'm dead. This meat suit is dead because I'm straight lack of any energy right now in this motherfucker. This shit is on autopilot. I'm letting this shit run off the computer that's around me. I learned how to do that. I come from the analog area. I'm sorry, analog era. And area. I said it right the first time. Yeah. You better get you a pistol and a crystal. That way you'll dominate on the macro and the micro. Don't be half-assing this shit. Don't be like a weightlifter going into his weight room and shit. You ever see a nigga go into Planet Fitness? The motherfuckers come out all top heavy. And their legs look like this. Bam! I'm sorry, excuse me. I still got phlegm in me, and I'm grateful to say it's clear. I'm just not a person who know how to bring that out. I hate it. It's disgusting. So I'd rather shit that out. Hopefully, I'm shitting it out. But it stays in me when it comes to cold the longest. That's my longest situation. Phlegm. And if you're a creature like that, see, we all different, and then there's some that's in to degree the same. So if you're like that, just be sure that you're taking in very vital proper immunities. All right, and because that phlegm is going to have to be, it tastes good for real, for real. It tastes like marijuana juices and juices. I'm just drinking fluid, but you'll know if it's sick because you'll feel it if it's green or yellow, and you have to at least by some way bring it out. I don't care, if you stick your finger in your mouth and make sure that it's not green, but you'll know if by the way you feel if it's green, definitely. I'm a master at this physical world. The third dimension, when it comes, I'm the third. Man. I'm actually on my ID. I have no lie, Nathaniel Hills the third. So I'm qualified to give you the third in degrees of enlightenment when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and overstanding. Yes, all three. Okay, because after I've give you 360 degrees of knowledge, that's not it. You ain't done. I'm going to give you now. You're going to have to start moving into 720 degrees of knowledge. And it depends on some of you how you're traveling. I got to vary with my medicine or medication. And you don't even get to move into that of 360 degrees of wisdom yet. And I don't give a fuck if you're 63 years old. We have this type of situation in existence right now. I know what I'm talking about. I know a nigga 87 years old, and I got somebody 13 years old that's you think been here already 13 life cycles. To this man's 1. But that's only is not necessarily the case. Okay? Because remember, we're all nothing but old souls, all reincarnating, never ending, always doing dumb shit ass souls, niggas, having a party, fucking up, doing good, time clocking it. You seen the time saying, how many of you ever seen the saying time? That thing, that item where you turn it upside down, and what is it, 24 hours or a minute or something like that, 60 minutes. Once the sand get to the bottom of it, and then you flip it over again, and you watch the sand run up and down it, and that's your life. That's the same thing of what you're doing over repeatedly, repetitiously, on and on and on and on and on and on and on again. And this is why you get bored. You get bored spiritually, you get bored mentally, you get bored physically. You're just some bored ass nigga. You built the pyramids, you done had a chicken in everybody's pot, you done had a pork, you done had uh, cow tongue, oxtail, lamb, goat. What is it that you haven't done? You gave the world its science, religion, its art, huh? You didn't show that you didn't carry the longest and the biggest phallus, and she didn't showed you that she can shake the biggest part of the aspect of the whole entire earth. What it is? What are you going to do now? What's next, huh? Now you want to do it all over again. Now you want own more hospitals. Now you want to own more airports, right? You want better homing and conditioning for your people. You want you want better policing, right? All these things that you said you had already. I ask you this. What's going to happen if I gave it to you tomorrow? Tomorrow, Biden came out and said, you know what? I was watching the Nate Great stream, and he made a good point. He said, since we in a new world order, and that all the last at least 4 presidents that spoke up this new world order, and we are in a what we need to be a reset. I'm going to take his advice. And you don't need to go drop the 23 bus tomorrow. I don't want you going down there on 13th Avenue in Hollywood. Huh? Tyler Perry, you come up off that 33 motherfucking acres of a studio that y'all in there so scientifically and mathematically developing King Kong coming up out the goddamn ice. Right? What are you going to do, people? The average of you going to try to take over everything. That's the dumbest nigga move. I guarantee you. It's just the same thing. Motherfuckers running down there, going in the Macy's and breaking the glass and grabbing a few items. When you could have just walked down there, talked to the people that work there, and every day you could come in there and get something. And I'll never go to jail. And I'll still dress in fine linen. And I could come back. Never wanted. My picture. Ain't on the most wanted list for snatching, grabbing. But yeah, I got everything Macy sell. People, somebody, what's wrong? What's wrong here? What's wrong? What is the math that's not being recognized? Help me be dumb. Listen, I hear you. Ignorance is bliss. I heard this said, and I agree with that. Because when I try to be dumb, I do seem like I'm in a more happier state. Sigh. You don't believe that shit. Can you imagine that? Nate trying to be something other than he not. Nah, we better all go stand the fuck in the corner. Trying to wait till this dude. You done lost your mind now. Real talk. I don't know how to be dumb. I don't know how to lie. I can't tell you no fucking stories. When I was in kindergarten and y'all was sitting around talking about, would you like to hear a joke? Fuck no. I'm just coming from my mom and them from whipping my ass, from forcing me to be in here with you. They done literally damn near all the way in the car, whip my ass to put me in the class with you. And you turn around and say, y'all want to hear a joke? I guess that was the way for you, because we always going through the same thing, right? Yeah, don't tell me I was the only one that knew school was a fucking lie and this shit is crazy or dumb. Y'all niggas possibly wasn't going in there thinking that this was the shit. Christopher Columbus discovered America with a goddamn chicken, and I'm vegetarian. I'm catching ass whipping foot because I won't eat no chicken. Or turkey, I'm sorry. But it was both chicken and turkey. I ain't gonna lie, liver, any meat. What the fuck? I took an ass whipping. So you knew that shit didn't make sense to me from the giddy up. From the gate. This man discovering some land. Let me get this right. Hold on, give me a minute. Y'all know how I get. My mind can be out there somewhere. So you got this man. He's on a ship. Right? He's sailing. Paint this picture with me now. I need y'all to see a mental projection of the said knowledge that's being administered here. This is what makes a thorough teacher. I'm not going to let you leave this class until you came to me and showed me that I'm talking some garbage and some trash, sir. And then I'm going to have to say, you're all right. All right, well, how did it go? This nigga with this big ass hat on a big ass boat landing, and he run into some people. Never mind what the fuck their names is right now. Y'all know y'all can't even get along with your own name is. So let's not try to name who they was. Indians, Moors. It doesn't fucking matter, man. It's right at this point, it's not important. Because the whole story is fucked up. Think about it. Christopher Columbus discovering something that has already been discovered. When you're showing me in the class, mind you, I'm in kindergarten now, so I don't know how it was in your kindergarten class, but in mine, the teacher will put up the pilgrims all along the sides of the wall with the turkey, and you'll see in the background with the boat of the so-called European white man coming along the shore. Check. If you was born in the 60s, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, do the research or ask your grandma. This is the mental projection that they show you while I tell you a different story. Mind you, I went to both parochial, Catholic, and public schooling. So I'm 3 times out on all your mathematics and science, y'all. So y'all not gonna I'm not gonna give you a pass on this shit. I won't debate you. I won't debate you, but I will smash your teachings and dispute it to the bone, to the gristle, to the crystal, to the blood, tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. I'm cubic linked. Rubik's Cube, I did that. Anthony Oliver taught me that shit. Took it apart, cheated and everything, put it back together. Yeah. Because it got dry. So what Anthony Oliver would teach me, he said, put some Vaseline in there, in the middle of it. So we would take some of the Rubik's Cube out, and you put some Vaseline inside. Man, I'm in school in Leeds. Get my weed, nigga. Get my weed. That's what I used to do it for. We used to roll up in the brown baggies. I want all that too. Give me all that dirt weed. That's what we call it. Dirt weed. Get that shit up, nigga. And look, and what do you know what I do with it? I go home. I'll roll that shit up in little joints. I get the longest paper. See, I was smart. This how you make profit, y'all. All you business people. All y'all is business minded. You say you create the pyramids. You create the stars. So I ain't lying. So I get the long paper and double wide it. Put a little bit of weed in it and roll that shit up. That shit look thick. Until they caught on looking at it from an angle like, damn, Jay, this shit all paper, bro. Yeah. But that's the way it was. That's the hustle. And I fatten it up. It's my game. Don't worry about it. The product get better. The quality, the quantity, it got better. You didn't have to come chasing me down, beat me down. No, hey, take a bag. Because I already came up. And I was skinny dude hustling out here on the street. So I had to be real witty. I knew money controlled all shit. Even the women. And see, the women I had in control. Well, we was kids, girls. I'm sorry. I don't want to put us too faster before what we did grow up. And we shouldn't have grew up that fast. But I knew If I control the girls, had the girls in control, I had the fellas in control. See, because I was a pretty boy too at that. You see how I got the curly hair and everything. So they'll tell you, like, no, don't fuck with him. Leave him alone. You know he don't mean no harm. And I fed off of this energy. This is how you have to learn yourself, learn your existence, program your crystals of that what you are, program the waters, the Akashic records of that what you intend to be and your next avatar. This life that you live in is not a mere chance and mistake and by coincidence, yo. Stop letting something tell you that. I'm telling you something here. I'm giving you over ample enough time and hours of vital information that will empower you for all time to come. And it can't even be taken away from you because it's not written in a book. And because of your safety, I'm not even going to explain how it even can be acknowledged of you. If you discover it of and on your own, then very well, all is good and fine. Keep this shit to yourself. Because a nigga will break in your backyard and try to cut down your goddamn money tree. Let them find out your shit growing money. Let a nigga really find out that money really grows on a tree. Check. It's going to be consequences and repercussions out this motherfucker. Eddie Murphy said it best. Yes, sir. You see? Because you're not going to be able to do nothing to safeguard that tree from a nigga from feeding their family. If they got to cut the goddamn fence down, blow up your house, go under the ground, they'll dig up under your whole ground, take the motherfucking tree from the root. You'll come out in the morning talking about, you thinking you going outside and get you some money off your tree, and your whole motherfucking tree is gone. Because you's a stingy ass nigga. You know you had the money tree in the backyard, but you went and built a goddamn wall up around it. Thinking of what? You keeping other people from getting all the money. Consequences and repercussions around this motherfucker. Consequences and repercussions. That's all. And don't blame it on nothing or nobody else. You blame it on yourself. Why? Because you ain't come with the correct science and mathematics how to appropriately equate the matter. That's all. And until you go to fuck back into the scientist, Pinky in the brain in your laboratory, which is where? In your own mind, questioning and answering yourself. If you got to stand in the black wall, this why this wall black? Because I go in there. That's why that wall black. You thought it was black because it looked good? You thought it was black because I wanted to see a little spooky or I was probably on the black magic tip or something? You thought it was you thought I was dealing with witchery and shit, huh? No. I go to fuck in the black hole, nigga. I'm the black dot. The black dot is what I am. I love the blackness. I sleep in the black. I'm black all black. I'm black as black. Black as black. Black in the back. If black ain't black, then I'll be all that. If you don't like black, then I'm blacker than that. Blacker than a heart attack. Tack don't tack black. Ain't no black that's black. Blacker than that black. Even if you got a black seat on a hot Sunday, I'm still blacker than that. Black without black. The black that you don't even know that came back. How about that black? The black that ain't black. The black that I ain't even formulate to be black. The black that Biden told you that if you wasn't black, don't forget that. And like, I could go on forever. I could sit here. It's like I feel like I'm ludicrous just keep singing to you. And you know I'm not a singer, but I do want you to get the point. You know what I'm talking about? You got to get the fucking point. The point is, you got to be that black dot. It's not a color. It's not a statistic. Although that's what they say it is. That's what they will have led you to believe. Is the keys on my fucking piano black? That'll be a matter of a fact. You know why? Because anything that you thought was black, I'm going to have to be a little bit more than that. That way, in case you ever had a black attack, you see, I'm living on this black street. They told you it's written all over. My light is black. My eyes is black. My jacket black, right? What's this? That's a pipe. You know what this is? That's a cast iron pipe. You think that's black? It's blacker than that. You can't even crack that black. Try to carry cast iron. You'll break your back. You know why? You got it. Let me put this weed back. This shit is just too black. It keeps me black and black. Black and black. My case black. Yeah. Guess what? They asked me a question. He said, well, Nate, is your soul black? I got two. Both of them is black. Yup. And that's because I like it like that. I came up around the Diggable Planet era. All right, so that's just a little break that we took. All right, never mind that. If you don't like black, or if it was too black, maybe I gave you too much blackness. I understand. I do humbly apologize. But just keep in mind, you can always use a little black in your life. Ask your favorite white friends. They'll tell you. They'll tell you, oh, I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. I got black friends. If they don't have black friends, they got a black dog. Or they got a black Audi, black Subaru, Volkswagen or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like, husband at work in his black F-150 while she goes jogging down the street in her all black Adidas suit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'll be paying attention. I like it out here. And that's why I say, like, if you really want to tap in and tune in and understand what's going on in the world, you just look at everything. You study man in all their methods. Don't let this shit be tainted in your mentality. That's what entertainment is. Look at the word entertainment. And tainting your mentality. You don't want to be entertained. Fuck an entertainment. If I want to be entertained, though, I do it by myself. I don't need you to be entertaining me. What I look like, an Englishman? Send bottom presets me. Send for the royal fools. What you gonna bring? Iced tea? Or Ice Cube? Now you know both of that shit is cold. So we working with nothing but silliness already, foolishness. Because anything that's ice can't possibly be over 32 degrees. Right or wrong? We talking to the supreme elite beings in existence now. That's if you say that's what you are and who you are. Remember, I'm not human, so I'm not speaking to you as if we was on a human basis right now. Y'all niggas supposed to be paying attention to me like I'm teaching you something. I'm going to teach you what your parents didn't teach you. And your schooling system said that they wasn't going to teach you. Ask the white man. He said he was not going to teach y'all to be victorious and prosperous for yourself. You are to be servitude to our bureaucracy. Plain and simple. And I'm going to ensure and make sure, miss, that your kid gets a full scholarship. And if they don't, I'm holding your ass responsible and you going to jail. Oh, yeah. So your mom's scared to death. Nigga, you better take your ass to school because they ain't going to jail because you fucking hooking and you ain't. They had what they call chewing officers back then. So they really found out that these kids were smart enough and their parents literally really didn't know that we didn't go to school. They stopped holding them accountable. They said, no, well, we can't hold them accountable for that. Because, you know, our parents is fucking prominent elite beings in the society, you know? I came up with what they call the high society, Mount Airy. You bougie niggas. Oh, yeah, all these niggas up here is from the boule, nigga. How the fuck you think they got the money? Representing Alpha Stating from Temple. Okay? Shit. Bill Cosby live across the street. And I was at his motherfucking inauguration. Nah, I'm just bullshit. It felt like it, though. I've been with Bill a long time. I feel like I was Mason, too. Right, because that's how our parents had us. You had to feel like, especially if you went to church. That was almost one and the same. Because if you look at church and then the way the altars of the Masons architecture is, it's symbolic. Check. You'll see a lot of similarity in it. Just use your first eye. I ain't gonna get deep with it. I'm not here to reveal and talk about the craft like that. I talk about the craft, however, in my own way. And I talk and reveal what I wish to reveal and talk about. All right. I don't let you niggas don't dictate and control run none of this shit over here. You need to be clear on that. I don't give a fuck what weapon of what weapon of beautiful construction you use on me. How about that? If there's a weapon of mass destruction, then you better learn about my weapon of mass construction. Because it's swinging real big, buddy. How about that? Some people say, why you keep ringing that bell? Tell them I'm in Philadelphia. And this is where freedom ring. Philadelphia freedom. Y'all know I gotta get silly. We gotta take a break. We gotta take a break from the monotonous, from the seriousness all the time. You know, I like to be silly sometimes. I don't mind being silly. Especially if it could put a smile on your face. Smile. Will you put a smile for me? Sarah. Just want to tell you smile. Yeah, all that good shit. All right. Let me finish up here, man. All right, so we talk about an attitude here. This is what's important. You see how my attitude has been thus far? How long you been listening to and observing the altitude of the energy that I've been pulsating at you? See, now I'm going to take it to you there. This is where we're going to see if you're going to pass or not. This is where the teacher like indirectly throw a test at you, and then I'm going to be able to know if you're ready for Friday. Because if you're not ready now, I'm going to know that you ain't going to be ready Friday. I was born on a Friday. So none of you niggas can ever trick me on a Friday. You might get me on a Saturday. You get me on a Sunday. You can possibly get me on a Monday. Mondays, you know, allegedly, I'm going to let you think it's the slow part of the week where the nigga sleep. Right? I'm supposed to be sleep. And this is what I portray to you too, because this is what you're thinking. So remember, I'm controlling the galaxies, not you. You said you can't control the galaxy, you can't control the world, and you can barely control your kids. That's what you said out your own mouth. You said you don't believe you God, and you said you worship God. Don't play. Don't fucking play. Y'all know we're not gonna start playing now. You said you never was God. There'd never be a chance of you ever becoming God. This is what you said out your own mouth. So don't come to me and tell me that you got control of yourself, because your God does. This is clear, right? I don't care what you call it. It could be whatever. No disrespect either to them. I get down with all gods and goddesses, queens and kings. I don't give a fuck. Pimps, hoes, and hustlers. Gangsters, murderers, robbers. Yeah. We get it in. That's what raised me. What you mean? Why I gotta go so low? You want to take away from that what I am? Now you want to take an aspect, a part of me away. You can't do that. You ain't in position to do that. You're not strong enough to do that. At least not on this energy grid, not on this ley line. You might gotta go out in the suburbs somewhere. You can't go down fucking North Philadelphia talking about you going to run game on a nigga down there. What's wrong with you? You want to change the whole paradigm on the way you see and feel? Because that's what the fuck is going to happen. I put my life on that. You come down here, 33rd and Diamond, I ain't even got to be there. And I guarantee you that you're going to be constructed. You better study the history. Her story, my story, and yours. Because 33rd and Diamond is some of the oldest land that you got to walk on this whole entire plane of existence. I know they didn't tell you that. They're not at liberal to tell you that. They must keep you flipped upside down, inside out, and backwards. It's a great scheme. You gotta think. Remember, I was raised by con artists, y'all. If you want to trick your fucking adversary, you got to come up with a master plan. And one of the best great plans is if you can literally change the perception in which a nigga think that they're gravitating in. In other words, you standing outside the window. Me and you standing outside the window, right? Straight down up under the window. It's cloudy in front of us. And the only thing that we talking about is how we going to get this money. And all of a sudden, you start getting wet. You start feeling little drips and triples and shit popping on your hand. If you're wearing glasses, it probably popped on your glasses. And I look up, and I see it's my sister. I see sis up there with a pot of water, and she just steadily pouring it real slow on top of your head. Now, mind you, I'm telling you all this money you great get, and it's cloudy and shit in front of you. You turn around and say, well, look, that shit sound good, Nate. But right now it's raining. I ain't trying to get wet. I'm starting to get wet. Talk to me when the sun come back out. And I never ever told you I let you walk away. You went and got in the car. Despite you didn't realize, because the way I had you captivated about all this money that you was going to get on this cloudy day, right? So you juiced up still in that illusion, never even realizing that it's not raining no more. And I told you later on, was like, yo, man, you remember that time we were standing there on 3rd Street at apartment 3 at 3:30 in the morning? And it started raining. Well, it was my sister. She was pouring water on top of your head. You'll never be able to dispute that, yo. You'll never, ever in a million years know whether it was true, if it was raining or was it my sister pouring water on top of you. Same way, if you came into a world and Humpty Dumpty sat his ass on the wall and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and there were no king's horsemen, there were no king's men that ever came and put Humpty together again until Nate the Great rised up and told you that you are the one that has been jacked up in the fucking box. Yup. That's what happened. It'll be a great scheme. You'll be never knowing your South Pole from your North Pole. You won't know your East from your West. Remember, you went to school, and I taught you that this was your East and your West. I taught you that. I give you a little simple test. Do this, y'all. If anybody listening, and you really want to question the IQ of an individual, perform this most degrading, foolish, demoralizing test to prove my point. Imaginary, you take their attention. See, everything remember is captivating their mind, their attention. That's what a great magician does. Somebody who really performs magic is good with the ability of harnessing and controlling energy. That's the difference between doing tricks and magic. Okay? When you become a guru, a wizard, and a witch, you'll learn all this stuff. All this shit that these niggas doing to you and out here, it bounces off of you. They can talk all they want. Oh, panic going. That's the end of the witchers, the warlocks and the witches. They shutting down the conscious community. Yo, I wish I'm ready to get in my panic bag. And y'all know how panic talk. But for the sake of keeping it on with the thoroughness and the greatness that we evolving and bringing this to, y'all, I'm not going to go with the panic of energy. Because I want to, you know what your people could do. Because you cannot fuck with us. I don't care if you're a teacher, a president. I don't care how much I don't care how much blood you drinking. I don't care how many fingers you holding, you sticking up your nose or your butt or your mouth. I don't care how many hums and megahertz you working off. You can download all the apps you need to clean all your fucking chakras out. It's not strong enough to fuck with this new shit. And very few energies out here is acting, performing, manifesting, and bringing about that what we are feeling. I ain't got to rap. You ain't got to pay me. I don't need you two to pay me. I don't need nobody pay this shit. This is not about being paid. I don't need your likes. I don't want no heart button. I don't. Oh, ain't he cute? Let me give him a little heart. So what? You just living the somatics. You performing like a human. You talking about, I want the algorithm running. What's the fucking algorithm? Did you know I'm controlling the goddamn whole planet Earth grid? How you gonna aggravate anything under the neck? I'll shut your 5G down, your 4G, your 7G, your 9G, and your 10G. If I did it in the analog and go ask your grandmom, I'll come in and stand next to your TV and fuck up your Oprah Winfrey program. What makes you think I can't do it in the digital? Now that one of my favorite groups is the Diggable Planets. Nickel bag of funk, baby. It's just a nickel bag of funk. Nickel man, nickel man. Everybody go and get you a nickel bag. That's why he ain't. That's why we had to go. Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Diggable Planet, Arrested Development. Huh? Yeah. Took you into the 808, bouncing you all off all the fucking four corners of the earth now with Foxy Brown with the fatness. Bah! Nigga lost his mind. Then they brung in what? Who they got now? Who's she? What's her name? You better open your eye. Better open your eye. And stop being third eye blind. Third eye, first eye, all eye. Oh, got it. I never seen crystal break either. Anybody ever seen crystal break? Let me know. I got different types of crystals. Maybe I haven't thrown it or tossed it or what have you hard enough. I think this a break. This is not a crystal. I don't think this is crystal. I'm not quite sure what this is. So if you know what this is. I got it there because it looked like it's crystallized and shit. It might be crystal for all I know. And if it is, then guess what? It looked like a pineal, right? It's almost in this similar shape of a pine cone, which some beings will tell you and have you think that there's a gland, but it's not actually a gland, some will say, but yet similar type spacing. Okay, that sits beneath what would be is it the what is it called? The pituitary gland. KT Degree and these other brothers out there, they know the science and the terminology to these different aspects of your brain and your anatomy. So make sure y'all tune in and plug in and if you want to know all about that. Maybe you might be got to take a test. Maybe you're looking for a job. You're getting a job out here. And maybe you might want to work at Umar Johnson School. You're going to have to learn all this stuff. Learn those beautiful words, people, because that's what they into. They like that. I have monasteries
in monasteries, it's solely independent working. That's what monasteries are about. You're going to have to be clear in this time coming forth as to what's going on in the universe. Different schoolings is taking place now. They telling you and showing you they're closing down all your public schools.